Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to another episode of ArcGIS. This video is all about image classifications. I will talk about in two topics. One is unsupervised classification and another one is supervised classification. Let's begin. Here you can see I have already added different band of a Landsat 5 satellite image, and I need to composite all this band together all in a single image. So I can do it by going there and search for composite. I need to select this composite band. Here I will just select all this band together. And then put a output class name, okay, and then save, and then okay. It will take some time. And yes, our band composition is done. And if you close this and if you zoom in this, you can see this area is for green area and this is for barren land, and here you can see this is for river, and also there is another sections for cloud. Okay, so this is just a composition. Now I will just simply remove all these other bands because I don't need these things right now. Then I need to just classify this image for as per their land use. I can classify this image by a unsupervised image classification. We are searching for ISO cluster. Simply select the ISO cluster unsupervised classification. Input our composite to the input band. We need to select the number of classes. We are selecting 5, and then set output class name and then save it. It will take some time. And yes, our unsupervised image classification is done. Here you can see this is automatically select for this is for the river area and this is for the barren area. There is also another problem. If you look at our previous image, you can see this is not a cloud area, but this was the cloud area. But this unsupervised image classification, it is automatically showing that there is a cloud in this area. So this is a problem, or this is the error of this unsupervised image classification. We can fix this by the supervised classification, because in that case we will just train that this area is for barren land or this area is for river. And so let's do how to train and prepare a proper image. In this operation you need to add another window which is image classifications, and here you can see, and then set it whatever you want. I'm setting this here, and here there are two options, one for this composite and another one for this ISO unsupervised classification. We just simply select that composite one, and there is a training sample manager where simply select this thing. And now we will draw different kind of polygons or circle and just training them. This area is for river area. Okay, so draw as per you want. Draw as much you want like this, because you need to make him understand that this area is for river. And after drawing all this polygon, you need to select all these things and then merge it together. And you need to set a class name. We are selecting it for river, and you can change the color also. We are putting blue for the blue color. Okay, and then now you will draw another polygons for the greenlands. And now you can select this all similar and then merge it together, and then select another name. We're selecting it green. Okay, and then change the color And then now I am drawing some polygon for the barren land. Yes, okay. And draw as much you want. I have already talked before. Similarly, merge together and then select a name, and yes, select a color. And one last thing we will do is for our cloud. And similarly we will just and then merge it, okay, and then select a name for cloud. Now we can go there and then select interactive supervised classification, and here you can see what I trained him. It is now showing it is more accurate than before. So I need to save these things, and I am going to set it for a training sample as a zip file and then save it. And I also need to save signature file for our future use and save it, but it is showing failed, so I need to save it in a different location. I can save it in my C drive and then save it. I hope it will. And yes, our signature file is now saved. Now it is showing more accurate than before. I will just compare it with other classifications like maximum likelihood classification. Let's see. And here our input raster bands is that composite band, and we will just input the signature file that I have saved in C drive and this on, and I will just put a output class name and then save it, and keeping all this by default, and then press it OK, and it is processing. And yes, this is also done. I just simply need to change the colors to compare these things. And if you look at this is quite similar. Yes, and I think this is much more similar. And one last thing we do is another classification, which is random forest. So let's see how it is done. Now we need to go to the search box and search for train, and there is a train random trees classifier. To select this one, we need to input our composite band here, okay, and here is also a training sample file that I have saved. This is for the training sample, a name for output class, okay, and then press it OK. And now the training of the random trees classifier is completed. Okay, now I need to close these things and search for another classify raster, and I need to open this, and here you can see I need to select this for my input band, and then input classifier definition file is that last one which I saved. Okay, selecting this on, and then select a output class name, and then OK. And yes, the classifier raster processing is also done, and here you can see this is all similar. I think most of the things are similar, and this is how we actually can classify our image. If we look at this is our actual image, and if we look at this is our interactive supervised classification, and this also another one, and this one is for also random trees and ISO one. So finally we can say that ISO cluster unsupervised classification cannot just classify this image properly, so that the supervised classification are the better choice to classify this image. So that's all for today. See you in next video. Take care.